All right, talking about being one with the air barrier. You know, one of the real treats of working with a really good builder like Howell Custom Building Group, and in fact, Brian, who's in charge out here, they get it. They really get it. They understand, you know, maintaining continuity, what all that means. And so a lot of times these details, they might differ a little from what we draw, and we'll talk about what those differences are. But I think, you know, in the end, we're going to be very successful. Brian doesn't miss anything. So let's talk air barrier, right? So on the outside, we'll stay here in the corner, we have our Zip R9 sheathing. And that's our primary air barrier. You tape the outside, we get really good numbers. I've always had extreme success with the air barrier on the outside. There's a lot of people, you know, that want to put it on the inside. Maybe one of these days I'll do an in-depth video of exterior versus interior and why I think exterior works a lot better. And but anyways, today doesn't much matter. It is outside, so it's our Zip R9. And then if you remember, from the outside, we had this little blue strip. Well, we set Siga MyVest over the top plate before any of the roof trusses got installed. And that Siga MyVest drapes over, so we have a flap on the inside, we have a flap on the outside. Flap on the outside is pretty easy. Comes down the face of the Zip, we tape it off to the face of the Zip. Now we have air barrier continuity from our Zip sheathing up over the top of the plate via an 18-inch piece of MyVest. Now, we use MyVest instead of MyRex because MyVest I can get in an 18-inch roll. And it's a little bit more durable. As you're sliding roof trusses on there and framing, that little extra durability of the MyVest makes a huge difference, I think. So we always use it. So that flap that comes down the inside, well, flap comes down the inside, and then Brian taped it with zip tape. So now the Siga MyVest is on the face here, right? The Siga MyRex, which is this membrane, it's a smart vapor retarder, so it actually allows moisture to pass through, but you can't blow through it. We have some rolls of it there, but you know, I often tell people, hey, you know, try and blow through it. So yes, I will embarrass myself just for you, right? You can't blow through it. Moisture can migrate through it, but you can't blow through it. It's a successful air barrier. And for those of you that didn't know, I just so happen to be at the factory where they make this stuff and talking to their scientists. They went through 127 versions before they made the final decision on, yeah, that's what Siga MyRex looks like, right? So you got to give kudos to a company that's willing to go through 127 iterations before they get satisfied, right? So a lot of people say, oh, why do we need that? Oh, what is that doing? Oh, that's a POS. I would never spend all that money for that. But the reality is you're paying for all of that research and knowing that goes into a product that performs exactly like it's asked to and solves the problems that we need solved.